Hey everybody, welcome to Fumbles Reviews. To this day, we're not actually doing just one movie, we're doing a year in review. First of all, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Arnold Sundermeyer.
I'm Christian.
I'm Derek.
I'm Celinda.
I'm Kaylin.
And we'll be giving you our opinions on the movies we've seen this year. So who'd like to start?
I think you should start.
Okay, you can start.
You start.
Yeah, since you're Ryan Seacresting this whole thing.
Okay.
He is our lovely Ryan Seacrest.
I actually wrote down all of my movies that I saw this year, a total of over 30, because I save all my ticket stubs I had for years.
Nerds. I do
You can do this.
There you go. She does too. You're not as awkward.
Okay.
Not as long.
Alright. How should we do this? Do you want me to name my top 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds
Alright.
good. Yeah.
At number 5, I put Lawless. I really love the movie. It was I love the period time of it, the depression and all, and the smuggling of the alcohol and everything.
Who doesn't love a good depression?
Yeah. Depression.
Ironically, it wasn't depressing. Which brings me to number 4, Les Miserables. Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. As Chris would say, oh, you can't say anything right. Oh.
Les Miserables.
Yeah. The music was amazing. I loved all the characters, and Russell Crowe's singing was a little hit and miss, but I really enjoyed it.
He has nice hair. That's what his thing is. His hair.
His singing doesn't matter. His hair.
They should have just filmed his hair the whole time.
And
Not even.
Amanda Seyfried in the story. Number 3, The Hobbit. The Hobbit was just, one of my most anticipated film of the year. I was really excited for it. I wanted to see it December of last year, and it just blew me away. It really did. Because I didn't feel it was too long. I didn't feel the CG was bad. It was all perfect, really. Number 2, Lincoln. Lincoln's probably one of the best period movies I've ever seen. It was really amazing. Everything was done spectacularly well. I guess it's just because it's Steven Spielberg.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fucking Spielberg.
And it probably doesn't help that I'm a history buff, and I love everything history.
Right.
And the actors were great, and I had something else to say about it, but it slipped my mind.
Are you a history major?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, did you know statistically history majors are more sexually active or whatever?
Yeah, we are.
We?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was
More
going to say.
majors.
I think the movie was good, even though it was really dialogue heavy. And I'm not too into dialogue heavy movies, but it was still really good.
Okay.
I suggest seeing it.
Well, okay. I'm really excited to hear what your number 1 is.
Well, how
Yeah.
could you not know what my number 1 is? Because I haven't said it yet. Let's say it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Avengers.
Avengers. Good choice.
What were you guys saying? Okay.
Oh. I didn't know I was in this.
Personally, I feel that this was the epitome of a perfect movie. It just didn't.
Epitome. It's okay. He got so excited with the Avengers, he forgot how to talk.
They did everything right. They had so many movies building up to it. All the characters were good. The fighting scenes. The fighting scene at the end was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And the fact that they had like an hour or two to build it up,
Right.
made it feel so much more awesome. Because we tried watching just the fighting scene, and it didn't
Right,
feel
and
as good.
it didn't feel as awesome.
I just kind of like the part where the Hulk takes Loki and smacks him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
The
would be
comedic relief is
There
well
you
timed
go.
in that movie.
Or when he
The
does that.
only complaint that I had
Much better Hulk than
was Mark Ruffalo. Now, he was an amazing Bruce Banner. I just think Edward Norton should have returned, just for continuity.
Well, for continuity, yes, but I do think that he was a better Hulk than the one that they had before. He was much better as a Hulk, in my opinion.
I think I just like Edward Norton's style, his gritty kind of Fight Club, American History X sort of style that he brought to.
That's a whole different story, though.
Yeah, but see, I like the style that he brought to Hulk, coming from those types of movies.
Overall, it was just perfect. And it was probably... Like The Hobbit, I was really anticipated for it, but unlike The Hobbit, I was completely blown away from everything I was expecting. So, that is my personal top 5.
Okay.
Who's going next?
Well, who would like to go next?
I guess I'll go next.
You go next?
Number 5, I had Red Dawn. It's a remake, and it.
I never saw
I
that.
never saw it.
Oh man, you guys are missing out.
Oh, with,
It's
Josh
Josh
Peck.
Josh Peck
Yeah,
and
Josh Peck.
Chris Hemsworth and...
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, it was a remake, and it was supposed to be for our time, which I enjoyed, obviously, because, I don't really care about anything that happened in the Cold War. I wasn't there. It's over. But there was one scene, and since you guys haven't seen it, you won't understand. But one of his friends betrayed them and ended up getting his father kidnapped and killed. Right? You see that in the trailer. Well, before they blow up the building, the Wolverines, their little terrorist group, he's like, hey, insert name here. And then the kid turns around and he's like, the Wolverines are here. And then slowly zooms in on Josh Peck and he just goes, and it was the dumbest thing ever. But other than that, seeing Josh Peck flip off this kid, it was terrible.
I wanted to see that too. The thing is, everyone thought it was going to suck, but
and it didn't.
Chris saw it and he said it was the most thing.
It didn't get good reviews, but
it was nothing more than an action summer blockbuster. But it was well done. You actually felt like you were rooting for them, especially how he used his brother's scene in the end, or speech at the ending scene. That's what I'm trying to say. It was really well done, and it wasn't as good. It probably shouldn't be on my top 5 list, but I really enjoyed it. Number 4, End of Watch, which anybody here seen? Yeah.
No.
I did not see that.
Didn't think so. I went into it thinking that was gonna be like the Hurt Locker, or not the Hurt Locker, Jarhead, that Jake Gyllenhaal played in. And it was essentially that, but cop version. It was really, really good, because I enjoyed it because it drew you into their lives. You felt a connection. You were like, oh, well, that's me and my best friend, if we were cops. And it was definitely a guy movie, because it had, really, really, oh, man, this is what I want to do with my life, etc., guy jokes. But it was really cool, and the ending was terribly, terribly sad, and it made me cry. First movie to ever make me cry. So it should be higher on my list, but there are better movies out there. Number three was The Hobbit. I'm surprised you put The Hobbit number 3 as well.
I was going to put it at 2, but then I just realized that, I just enjoyed Lincoln so much more.
Right, yeah, see, that's my thing, is I enjoyed The Hobbit, I anticipated it, and a couple of things, I'm going to point out the flaws, because everybody knows why it's great, right?
Everyone does.
Right.
It didn't follow the book, and of course that's because they're doing a movie franchise and they're trying to make it into 3 movies. Which
it followed the book, they just added more.
Right, and that's one thing I had problems with. That he could have easily done it in one movie, easily.
Yeah, that's what
they
a lot
could
of
have made
people
one
saying.
really great movie
Right,
instead
in
of
3
trying to
hours.
make
Instead of
That's what they should have done.
3-hour movies that had unnecessary things in it.
They're just trying to make money, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. And
course.
I said, I don't remember who I said it to, but I said, I understand now what my parents feel about the new Star Wars trilogy. Because to me, that's what it was. It was, I enjoyed the Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy, and the prequel trilogy. It just doesn't look like it's going to be as good. I didn't much care for the CGI. I loved watching the Lord of the Rings, Two Towers specifically, and being scared shitless of the orcs. And now it's just kind of
Yeah, I didn't feel that
they... Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't feel they need CG on the orcs.
Yeah,
they did it so well.
They did it so well in the Lord of the Rings, but... So it took me out of the movie aspect, I was like, oh wait, I'm watching a movie, I'm not actually into the Lord.
I didn't like the trolls either.
The trolls,
the
Goblin King was...
Oh,
stupid.
that was weird.
Yeah, that big...
It's like that enemy
What
from Men in
was
Black
that?
2.
It's just cut off his chin. Cut off his chin.
Yeah, it was so
I couldn't
stupid.
handle it.
It was so stupid. And his dying words were so pointless. It was obvious, haha, it's supposed to be a kid's movie, but I like The Lord of the Rings, I'm a little biased.
Yeah.
Number 2, the movie I moved up to number... No, Hobbit was 3.
Oh, okay.
Hobbit was 3.
Misheard.
And I switched The Hobbit with Lawless. I'm surprised you even put it on your list, because I feel like not a lot of people loved it. Definitely as much as I did.
It was really good.
I love that movie. The only thing that I can really complain about is the guy from Chicago, his accent. I've never been to Chicago. I don't know if that's a real Chicago accent, but it got on my nerves.
Oh, yeah.
Nietz.
Yeah.
Why'd you call me a Nietz? And somebody told me, I think it was Jopo, told me that he played in another big movie, but I can't remember what it was.
I'm sure he has.
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, my God.
It was a well-known movie,
He told me
right?
that too, and I can't remember now.
And, I should probably research that before I said anything, but I just didn't like his accent. Otherwise, he played a good guy to hate. I hated his guts. And Shia LaBeouf did really well. I've always been a Shia LaBeouf fan since Holes.
Yeah.
The acting was great, and Tom Hardy I'd go gay for, so it's understandable. Number 1, I agree with you, The Avengers. A lot of people don't think so, though. I had a conversation with someone last night about how The Avengers was not as good as The Dark Knight Rises. And I disagree. The Dark Knight Rises was good.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even put it on my top.
Avengers was really, really good.
Honestly,
I think there were a few things they could have done to make it better, but it was a really good movie.
I kind of forgot about the Avengers.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And
Was
then
it
like
because
when you
it's so
guys
early in the
said
year?
it,
I
like
still
I was
have
like, oh
memories from that
yeah,
night.
it came out. And then I'm like,
I saw that movie
yeah.
like 4 times.
I saw it 4 times in theaters. 4 times. It was such a
I
great
saw
movie.
it once in theaters. I saw Dark Knight twice in theaters.
I saw Dark Knight twice,
I
but
saw
that's
it
just
twice.
because they
I
wanted me to go.
Actually, I saw
twice.
it 3 times.
I
once
saw
in theaters.
Dark Knight the same night I saw Prometheus because it was a drive-in and it was a double
Oh.
feature. And they did the Dark Knight first, which is the one we went to see, and then they did Prometheus, and we stayed for that. And I was just like,
Was
oh.
that place in Maryville?
Yeah, I have to talk about Prometheus.
Was that place in Maryville?
I think so. Yeah,
That's
but
where I
it
saw.
was just
Well, saw Brave the second time, but anyway.
Right. But
that
I really...
movie is mind rape of the worst imaginable sort. And that's not just because it has alien rape in the movie.
It's the alien abortion that really got to her. The alien abortion.
I don't want to have kids now.
Exactly. Apparently it occurs in nature, according to my senile grandma. No, I really like the Avengers, back on topic, because it was...
Oh,
the
yeah.
character development was amazing, and I really like character development. I think it's the most integral part to a story.
I do want to say one thing about Prometheus, because it could be used as a very useful tool for the Just Wait people. If they played that movie for kids, it would
Oh
keep
my
kids
God.
from having sex.
It would work.
It would keep kids
It
from
really
having
would.
sex.
Yeah, look, don't have sex.
If you have
might-
sex-
After I saw that movie, I was like, no,
Your
no,
baby will
never,
come out like-
never.
Crossing your legs and shit like, nope.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. That no.
But yeah, speaking of Prometheus, it is on my biggest disappointment list of the year. I only have a couple.
Well, let's get to that
Hear that.
after our top 10.
See,
Okay,
it's on
I
our
guess
list
sounds
of
good.
worst
All right,
I'll
movies
go next.
imaginable,
Sounds good.
right up there next to Corpse Bride.
Here we go. Here goes Christian's top 5.
Okay, no one said this one yet, but number 5, The Three Stooges.
I thought it was really good. I just didn't think it was better than any of the movies I thought of on my list.
Yeah, it didn't have that great of a story, but you don't go see The Three Stooges for the story.
Yeah.
It was. I was laughing throughout the whole thing. I mean, there really wasn't a part where I was just like, oh, well, this kind of
isn't
sucks.
funny,
Yeah, this isn't
right.
funny.
So the whole thing was funny. Laugh all the way
Yeah,
through.
laugh through the whole thing.
Yeah. I'd say it was best comedy of the year.
I would agree. It was the best comedy. For number 4, I have Wreck-It Ralph, which I probably like that one more than other people just because of nostalgia reasons.
Right.
All of the old video game characters coming together, and it was humorous. It had good plot. It had great actors, John C. Reilly and
Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman.
Did you guys like Wreck-It Ralph?
I loved it. It's actually in my top
I
5.
didn't see it.
I
loved it.
haven't seen
I
it
haven't seen
because
it.
I heard mixed reviews on it, but I might check it out now.
It was
That
really good,
movie made me crave sugar and candy like no.
Yeah.
Turned you into a 6-year-old again.
I had to bring cupcakes into the theater.
And I love the ending because you don't
It's
expect
slow.
it at all. It's
Yeah.
something that you don't expect.
It was one of the few movies that caught me by surprise, and I normally can figure out a movie.
It's almost as shocking as Orphan.
Oh.
But
yeah.
that was
That's
years
a
ago.
different thing. Yeah.
Alright, for number 3, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I'm really glad Sylvain
Yeah,
put it
that
on there.
was good. That was a good
I
one.
was
That was
gonna
really
put
good.
it on there, but then I
They
thought,
couldn't put
wait a
Lincoln
minute.
and
Lincoln.
Yeah.
But
Lincoln and-
when that movie first came out, I didn't even really want to see it. Like, I wasn't hyped for it at all. But then one of my friends was like, yeah, we should go see this. I went to go see it, and I was amazed. I thought it was one of the best movies of the year. It had great plot, great twists.
That's something you wouldn't expect to hear. Great plot in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah,
No,
It was good. It didn't get as good a ratings as I thought it should.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that it didn't get very high
Yeah.
ratings.
For number 2, unlike you guys, I put this at number 2. I put The Avengers.
Your number 1 better be fucking outstanding.
You probably haven't seen
I
my
know.
number
I probably
one.
know what his number 1 is.
Did you see this?
No, but just from you.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, I mean, it had Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, Iron Man 1 and 2 leading up to it.
Yeah.
It had some of my favorite superheroes. I would have liked to see a little more superheroes, but who they had were good.
Right.
And
And they stuck to the
They
comic
should have
books
brought.
pretty
I
accurately.
would like if they put Spider-Man in it, or if they even
Yeah.
brought the Fantastic Four in. 'Cause
Well,
they
see,
were,
the thing is, they can't do that because Sony owns the rights
Sony.
to Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. And Spider-Man wasn't even
Really?
an Avenger. He was a new Avenger.
Sony?
well, I know he was a new Avenger, but he was still Marvel.
well, couldn't they have had some of the X-Men in there too?
I'm pretty sure they own X-Men as well. I'm almost 100%.
Yeah, I was wanting to see Wolverine,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Fantastic Four.
And I'm sure they'll do that. They just have to get enough money to buy them from Sony.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, after they did the way they did in the theaters.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And then we already mentioned the fight scene at the end.
Right.
One of the best fight scenes out of any movie. And then for number 1, Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Oh,
that?
I
haven't,
saw
but
that.
I
haven't
haven't
seen
figured
it.
that was your number 1.
Yeah.
That's freaking-
It's unlike any movie I've ever seen.
It is.
It's just... there's no way to describe it. You just have to see it.
You do.
He orgasmed in the middle.
Yeah. It had me on the edge of my seat throughout the whole thing. And
Yeah.
the ending's just kind of depressing, but
Yeah, it's
I like
good.
depressing endings. It's something new, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's on DVD.
but that's my top 5 list.
Alright.
So I guess we'll go
Which
over
one of
to
you ladies wants to go?
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
you
even
want...
write it down in top 5. I'm
Okay,
hoping it's up
here,
in
well,
my brain.
there's some...
There's a large list
A list right there.
there. Thank you, Ronaldo.
Number 5 for me would probably be Les Miserables. For one, the fact that it is a classic and it's got so many of these great stars in it. And you said Amanda Seyfried because
Yes.
you have the biggest crush on Amanda Seyfried.
It's the
Understand.
eyes, I tell you, it's the eyes.
She's gorgeous and she can sing, but her character, I did not like her character in that. Cosette. All she did was stand there and look pretty.
Yeah.
That's all she did.
I liked her character more.
She did
than
work.
Jennifer's Body. But her character in Jennifer's Body had more of a redeeming quality to it, which...
Jennifer's Body, yes, with Megan Fox and...
That
or
movie
Celine.
reminded me of, I don't know if you've ever seen it, Ginger Snaps.
I haven't.
But
Oh,
I'll tell you about it later.
it's
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, Hugh Jackman singing, and of course, it was incredible. My 4th one would be, hey, Christian.
And we're back.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
We
See,
did.
I kind of have things out of order a bit here from trying to figure out which one to go with. I'm going to go with The Hunger Games for my 4th one because...
A girl would say that.
Oh, of course a girl would say that. And
We have
I
a special guest appearance today.
Special guest Sammy.
it's so cute. But
I
I
like
love
The
The Hunger
Hunger
Games.
Games.
I really did because I love the books, and
See,
based on it, they did a really good job. It was really a moving movie.
You see, I never read the books, and I still kind of liked it. I just liked the aspect of how each person was from a numbered place.
Right.
A district.
I've always
yeah.
liked something about numbering people. I don't like the
Okay,
kids,
U.S.
like kids,
government.
Yeah.
like kids next door.
0, 5, 9,
Every kid had a number. I don't know.
You like numbers.
People
But
need to be organized.
no, it brought up a lot of messages, and it was really well done.
Hi.
She likes you. See, dogs just like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. And then
Number 3.
my 3rd one was, which I don't think any of you guys have seen this one, but it was Silver Linings Playbook with
Oh, I
Bradley
want to see it
Cooper
so bad.
and Jennifer Lawrence.
You just love Jennifer Lawrence.
No, it's not Jennifer Lawrence. I wasn't expecting to like it as well, but it is pretty hysterically funny, and it deals with things like, well, they both kind of suffer from these mental illnesses, but
Wait,
it
there's
has
mental illnesses in it?
there's mental illnesses in it.
Really? I thought it was just, hey, I'm a soccer player, you're kind of cute.
No.
Yeah.
He was originally, like, at the beginning of the movie, they take him out of rehab.
Oh, okay.
Have you not seen the previews?
Uh-uh.
The previews totally give you all the
Explain the
background.
movie, yeah.
Really?
And he's like, he's reading Ernest Hemingway, and he's just sitting there in bed reading it, and he gets to the end, and he's just like, what the fuck? And then he, like, throws it. He gets so mad at this book that he throws it through the window of his room, just breaks the window, and he goes storming into his parents' house. He's living in his parents'
Right.
house, because he just got out of rehab. And he's, like, ranting about this book, and how this ending is just horrible and miserable, and it sucks, and he's just... I don't know how to explain it. It's just a really good movie.
I've never even heard of that movie.
I want to see it
It's
so
still in
bad.
theaters. It just more recently
Is it
came
like
out.
more independent, like Lawless kind of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't that widely advertised. So yeah, second one would be Cabin in the Woods.
Really?
Really,
Yeah.
because I do like horror movies. I like that genre more so, and that really did something completely different based on horror movies.
Right.
And it did kind of like because I really like Scream, the Scream horror movies,
Right,
and kind of like
sure.
the way they make fun of the horror movie stereotypes and all the stupid people doing the stupid stuff. So I really liked the way that they did that. In the ending, you just kind of don't see that all happening, but it was really good.
Before you hit number 1, did you give number 3?
Did I?
I think you skipped number 3.
I think I skipped number
Was that
3.
Silver Lining thing?
No, because it was Les Mis.
It was Les Mis, Hunger Games,
Okay, so you
Silver
did.
Lining,
Yeah, I was just making sure we. Okay, so what's your number 1?
Cabin in the Woods, Wreck-It Ralph.
And there's a child's perspective.
It was so good.
I wasn't expecting that to be was number 1.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I mean,
I really want to get
I'm a
why.
little kid. I like Disney movies, and I like watching people get their heads chopped off in horror movies.
Cabin in the
For a
Woods.
minute there,
then.
I thought you were
So
talking about
your number
the-
2 and your number 1 makes sense then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it goes from really, really graphic, gory horror movie to happy, fun little kids' time movie in a magical land with
Yeah.
like cupcakes and rainbows.
It was kind of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, except with the video
I
game
liked
character.
that, yeah, because
So,
I love it when they do mashups of like
yeah.
different characters from different aspects of theater. You still haven't made up your list, have you?
I'm trying to make up my mind.
Well,
I like so
just
many of
name
these
some of
movies.
the
Name a couple movies.
Just
You don't have
name
to have a top
the
5.
movies that you can think of that you've seen this year that you liked.
She's new, so.
She's new to the
I
Fumbles.
like a lot of
And,
different movies.
Because I probably would put Avengers in there somewhere because I did see pretty much every movie leading up to it. Being my favorite out of all the ones leading up to it was Captain America.
Yeah,
Good
mine
job.
too.
Good job.
Oh,
Good job.
Because
No,
that was the best one.
I didn't even get one.
Then it would probably be Iron Man.
Yeah, I like Iron Man
Iron Man
better
was
than Captain
good.
America, but
I don't know.
you
Captain
just
America.
like because he took his shirt
I
off.
think that.
She likes it because I am Captain.
No, it's a storyline. The storyline in Captain
It actually makes
America
sense.
was better than the storyline in Iron Man.
Yeah.
Although I do love Robert Downey Jr. How can you not? Oh yes, my first one was Wreck-It Ralph again because the ending was so great, and I'm a sucker for Disney movies. Okay, good Disney movies because Disney movies there are some pretty
Ups
sucky
and
ones.
downs.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate Tim Burton movies.
There's like one good Tim Burton movie.
There's
And
a
it's
couple.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, let's not get
Well,
into
that's
that.
not this.
I'm
issue.
sorry, he kind of ruined all my respect for him with Corpse Bride. That movie, I saw it, I wanted to kill myself, and I wanted to burn down the theater, and it was just the beginning credits.
She's
That's
a little
another
violent.
Do you have your list yet?
Alright.
Oh, well, I guess
You don't really have
my
to have a
first thought
list. Yeah, you don't
would
have
be,
to have a
since nobody mentioned it, which I'm shocked, but I guess I liked it a lot, like a really lot, was Men in Black 3.
I was
Yes.
gonna
I'm
say-
sorry,
Yes.
but that showed the whole
I
background
didn't see
story.
it. I
and
didn't
it was
see it.
powerful and passionate and like,
Oh my god.
oh my god,
I didn't even put that on my.
like Men in Black,
Really?
Will
I put it on.
I
Smith.
mean,
I didn't see it. If I,
I
saw it, I
remember when that
probably would
movie,
have.
like the first one came out, and I was so creeped out by like the freaking aliens and stuff.
giant
And
cockroaches.
giant cockroaches.
Men in Black
Yeah.
3 was really good, and I almost shed a tear.
I did. I
At
cried.
the end, I'm
No,
not
I
spoiling
cried.
it.
Yeah.
I
I know what
cried.
you're talking about.
Sad
Have you seen it?
ending.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't
Alright,
want to.
so I won't say
You didn't want to.
I cried. It was an awesome movie though. But another one I want to mention, Underworld 4. Sorry, I loved it, even though
I
my
have
dude was like out of like almost the whole movie.
I want to see
That
that.
drove me
too.
crazy. Like the whole movie, I was like,
Well,
I didn't see that, but I
where
wanted to
is
see
he
it.
at? Where is he at?
I heard it was
But-
really good, and I actually think I have it. But
I saw
haven't
that, and
seen it
like
yet.
I hadn't seen the original 3, which that's probably why I didn't really like it too much.
I saw
Yeah, it
those.
kind of makes a difference because otherwise you're like,
Michael
what the heck is
and you
going
and I
on?
think Tyler were just like, let's go see this movie, and I'm like, all right.
Wait,
the first
I don't even remember
Underworld
that movie.
was
It was
amazing.
January.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
saw
was
it
one
in
of those big
3D,
first movies.
and for me, it was awesome. But I did go to a nice restaurant before I saw it, so that
So
kind
you're
of
all,
builds
like,
up
trying to
to
just
it.
chill.
You know,
It had
it's
one
just
redeeming
like,
factor,
oh.
though. I mean,
Kate
Kate
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale and black leather, and
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale is like the most beautiful woman on the face of the planet. I'm sorry.
I don't
that
even
woman is
remember what that
gorgeous.
movie was about.
Underworld.
Vampires and
werewolves. It's like a
I'll
good
tell you
version of
later.
Twilight.
I'll
only
look it
it's
up.
not stupid.
Well, We'll tell you when you're older.
Don't even compare it to Twilight. Don't even compare it to
Seriously.
It's
Twilight.
okay. You can't compare it to
Don't
Twilight.
even.
The only similarities is the
Let's-
vampires and the werewolves and blah blah blah. It is an amazing movie and I love it. And Twilight is just retarded.
It's Twilight Fumbles.
Okay.
Which reminds me, I have to show you that YouTube video. Twilight, jizz in my pants, because their faces fit perfectly with the song. It's like it was made for that.
Since nobody has mentioned Brave, I'm gonna mention it.
I
watched it with my little brother, and that movie, I got another tear from that movie.
Yeah, it was actually
it
pretty
was,
good.
It was
It
deep.
was.
It was a
really
very
good.
deep
It's
movie.
on
It was a
my
really great mother-daughter
top 10
movie.
list.
It's the only
Yeah,
Pixar
as a
movie
guy, I
I've
felt
seen.
out of place. But, I mean, it was still a good movie.
I don't know. I thought it was
I don't know. I liked
just
when
great
her
to
little
watch.
brothers turned into little bear cubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you think
I
about
wish I could do that to my siblings.
no Disney movie has ever done a mother-daughter relationship, really.
A lot
There's
of them,
been
yeah.
father-daughter, brother-sister,
Right.
but there really hasn't been a mother and daughter
Prince and
relationship.
princess.
If you, well,
Well, I love how a lot
I'm
of
not
the
even gonna
movies, it's like a lot of the movies with like the princesses, it's like she finds him or he finds her, and then you have Mulan, and it's like she saves China.
Yeah.
Well, because Mulan was a badass.
She was awesome. Mulan was
She's one of my favorites.
Let's see. What have we not mentioned as well that I enjoyed? Because there was a lot that we did not mention.
Yeah, we didn't
Hotel
mention-
Transylvania. I thought that was adorable too.
It
I'm
was.
sorry. That was.
I
so
wanted to see
Adam
it.
Sandler was amazing, and it wasn't his. I think he's going through like a downfall
You're
kind of
right.
right
He's
now.
in the Twilight.
Like,
I
that's
got
my
kind of
movie.
I got kind of freaked out because I heard there was that rumor that he was in a skiing accident and he
Oh
died.
no,
I heard that rumor
absolutely
too.
not true.
It's not
That, I
true.
know it's not true,
False.
but that brings me to
Good old
Skyfall, which we
4chan.
didn't mention. Skyfall.
I thought that was over.
That was actually on my number 6 for me.
Yes,
I
you just didn't mention it.
Yeah, that.
Along with Wreck-It Ralph, Brave, and The Hunger Games,
See, you were gonna mention Brave.
and Chronicle.
and Chronicle.
Get the hell out. Get the hell out.
I'm sorry.
The Covenant
I
is
was
so much better. Go
I
watch
was
The Covenant.
really.
Taylor Kitsch is amazing.
I don't know. My favorite movie though this year would have to be Django. I just saw
The
it.
Django.
hmm
I
I
was
just
gonna say
saw
that
it
a few days ago.
recently.
A lot of
and
people say that that's the best movie of the year.
I
I don't
loved
know.
it.
I heard it wasn't good. I heard there was a lot of blood and guts, a lot of violence.
It is.
And there's a dude
Yeah.
hanging
Well, it's
from
Quentin
his
Tarantino.
penis.
So
It's
Yeah,
gonna
Quentin
be
Tarantino.
blood and violence. Let's
Exactly.
give them what
I
the
mean,
people want.
yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Like
And
most.
you said I was violent.
I really wanted to see that though. I mean,
Okay.
I
So,
won't ruin it
honorable
for you,
mentions
but-
I did
slash
too.
Let's just say
all right. Let me see this.
a lot of that movie brings you home to
but we've already
Tennessee.
discussed
Like,
Prometheus.
a lot of it was awesome seeing.
I do like the fact that he is from Tennessee.
Well,
He's from Knoxville.
He's from here
Berkeley.
specifically.
like
Makes it even better.
parts of the movie, like you would even see like Tennessee, Mississippi across it and stuff.
Oh, cool.
It was awesome. And they're talking about Gatlinburg.
Yeah, we need more better representation than Miley Cyrus.
Alright, so
Well, now we're talking about slaves and stuff, though.
All right.
in that
Yeah.
time
We can
period.
What are we talking about?
Now we're gonna.
Now we're gonna do the disappointments of the
Wait,
year and honorable mentions.
yeah.
Other
Let's-
movies you liked. But
You don't want to do another video for that?
I think that it's year in review. So
Yeah. Okay.
How
Let's.
long is this
Here, I'll go
one?
first.
Probably like 30 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
I'd like to
Oh,
give.
it's-
I'm
like
gonna
20 minutes.
give
we,
my-
can do quick.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll give
gotcha.
my honorable mentions, and I really only have one
Just
movie
one?
that I hated. The honorable mentions has got to be all the rewatches I had: Beauty and the Beast 3D, Titanic in 3D.
So all the
Finding
ones that
Nemo
were like,
and
here,
Finding
just give me
Nemo.
your money.
Oh, and Monsters Inc. 3D.
Yeah.
I saw that a few weeks
No
ago.
one said Madagascar 3.
And I'm also gonna.
Oh
That
my
was
god,
really
that was
good.
amazing! I love. Okay,
You're being a Chris
Madagascar
right now,
3.
Slenda.
Wait, did Madagascar
What?
3 come out this
It
year?
was me.
I love
started it.
Madagascar
I started it.
3.
I first
And also, I'm gonna say this: The Muppets. Yes, it came out in 2011, but I first saw it in 2012, and it was amazing.
I did like it. I
Yes,
watched
that's
it
why I
before an
didn't put
interview.
it. It's an honorable mention.
See,
Yeah. Alright, more honorable mentions.
Okay.
Quick fire.
And the only movie that I absolutely hated, I really wasn't disappointed by anything except maybe Prometheus.
Yeah.
But
Prometheus, of course, Prometheus. Prometheus.
But the only movie that I absolutely hated was Project X.
Yeah.
Okay.
The worst
So
movie,
bad.
one of the worst I've ever seen.
Worst movie ever.
I wouldn't say that, but it
Well,
was.
I
it was
don't know.
just
One
bad.
of them.
The Aviator was pretty bad.
That is well long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we're doing
All right.
this year.
Derek?
So it was Corpse Bride was on.
As far as honorable mentions, Les Mis, it didn't do enough to get my top 5. It was a great movie. I just didn't like the musical style. Other honorable mentions, Savages. Not check it out if you like Oliver Stone. Other honorable mentions, Men in Black 3, I guess. From what I saw, I only watched like half of it before I got tired of it. Other than that, I don't really have another honorable mention. Oh, This Is 40. This Is 40 is an honorable mention.
Something else. No one mentioned Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Oh
That
my
was
god!
not this year. That was
Oh,
last year.
I was like,
this year.
wow.
No. You're looking in the past.
Okay, do you have any
Summer.
disappointments?
Disappointments, Prometheus, and now that I don't have my list, I can't remember it. We'll go Prometheus.
Honorable mentions. The Hunger Games, even though it was for kids, the Lorax. I really like that movie.
I gotta say that too.
Yeah,
Lorax,
that's a good
yeah.
movie. Men in Black 3. Let's see what else we have here.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, that was my honorable mention because I liked the Dark Knight series, and that one was
The Hobbit, and Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, disappointments.
Let me look over this. I wasn't really looking forward to many movies this year,
Right.
so I didn't have too many disappointments, but probably Prometheus and maybe Skyfall.
Okay, I'm surprised you said Skyfall. I've heard
Yeah,
good things about it.
I don't think many people would say Skyfall, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was all it was hyped up to be.
my honorable mention was Dark Knight Rises, which I think I explained that. Absolutely hated Prometheus. It scarred me for life in ways that I can't even begin to express. And there was one other that disappointment. Magic Mike.
Real quick before you go, I remembered what I was going to say. The Campaign. The Campaign was a terrible movie. I was expecting so much, and I really shouldn't have been.
I have another one too.
Okay, well, let me just explain Magic Mike, and then you can do your thing. It was a good movie. Of course, you know, the main reason you go for it is Channing Tatum and the fact that he's stripping. But it had no storyline.
Whoa.
I don't think it was supposed
What
to.
did you expect? What did you expect from
It
Magic
looked like
Mike?
it was going to have more of a storyline, because like the trailer made it seem like...
Well, the storyline was basically all it was him. Well, I guess I shouldn't ruin it for other people.
It started out pretty good, but then towards the ending, it's like really that's how you're gonna end this.
It's supposed to be a love story, I think, is the storyline.
Okay, other.
But it's
things?
really sucky.
It's supposed to be a girl's fantasy, and I can't really see the fantasy unless it's somewhat believable and the storyline is actually good.
Storyline's sucky. Guys taking off their shirts and dancing. Yes.
Sounds like a fun time.
I think
Sounds like a good time
that's
for
how
all.
I can judge that movie right there.
Well, that and when I went to the
It's kind of like The Expendables for guys.
Well, see, one thing I want to mention. If you're parents of a little girl, do not take her to see movies like Magic Mike and This Is 40. It'll freak her out and she'll start crying in the theater, because that is what happened at both of those movies. They took little kids to see it,
bad
and they
parenting.
start cussing, and there's nudity, and a little girl does not need to see a penis up this close.
Yeah, and
Bad
the penis
parenting.
pump
Got it.
moment. I know what you're talking
What
about.
was do you have any other disappointments for this year?
I had one more, but you said you had one.
Well, I'll wait.
Go ahead. I need to
I was
think
just
of
gonna say Safe House. I mean, it was a pretty decent movie, but I just didn't care for it.
I didn't like
Not
it.
my kind of
But
movie.
I didn't like it, but I didn't like. I wasn't
hate it. You didn't
planning.
hate it?
I wasn't like prepping up for it. Like
Me
some other
either.
movies.
It was
It was just like one of those things. Hey, let's go see.
It's kind of like that's how we saw Project X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silent Night. It was a horror movie about
Are you
Santa
sure
Claus.
that
I was like, is this
Was
a
this
song?
this year?
Yeah, it was this year. It was this year because
Okay.
I was at my friend Jessica. She works in the movie rental store, and this is one of the new releases.
Huh.
It was a horror movie about Santa Claus, and you know the whole "he sees you when you're sleeping."
That sounds amazing.
I feel like we should watch that for Christmas.
Too late for that.
It was really creepy because it had this like he like blow torches people, but it's like it was good, but I don't know how to explain it.
Was that it for your disappointments?
Yeah. Most horror movies have their disappointments because I like them, but very few of them are good. And then I'll see one where like this looks really good, And it'll be stupid.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
/ disappointments.
Disappointment.
Was there one movie that you just absolutely hated?
Absolutely hated. I hope it's this year that it came out. I'm pretty sure it was because I remember getting it from the new release stands.
Oh, The Hobbit. That's an honorable
Was-
mention of mine.
Negative though. Did not like. Hated this movie. Young adult. It just was really.
I
weird.
We
saw
talked
that
about that a
looks
little bit ago,
stupid.
but I don't remember what movie.
Yeah.
Young adult.
Well, I talked about that earlier before we were
Yeah.
recording.
Another one more disappointment. The Backup Plan.
I don't remember.
Backup Plan with
That
Jennifer
was not
Lopez.
this year.
That was this year.
That was.
That was this year.
That was this year.
Yes, 'cause it came out on Blu-ray and it was. It was
Well,
this year.
I think we discussed all we really could this year about the movies.
Did it turn
And
on?
to tell you the truth, I'm really excited for next year. And we're gonna get started soon because Texas Chainsaw Massacre starts on January 4th.
Oh, and there's also Man of Steel and Into Darkness, the new Star Trek movie.
We're going to the
Damn
premieres.
straight.